Backstage. AFN interviews with your favorite stars.
They are a small two-person group from Sweden. And if it hadn't been for a college student taking their music back to the United States, you might have never heard of Roxette. But he did, and you have. Marie Fredriksson and Per Gessel are a songwriting duo that teamed up back in the 80s to write and sing Sweden's second largest selling album, The Look. And Per Gessel says that it's the audience that have made them such a success.
People really love what we do, and I think it seems to be one of the few bands around that really cross over to different types of audience as well. We have the kids, you know, we have the 25-year-olds, we have the 40-year-olds because they really like the 60s influence in what we do. And we have all these people that love the Pretty Woman movie, who loves It Must Have Been Love and all our ballads, you know. And you're gonna like a show tonight, you can see the whole spectrum of audience. On this tour, we have so much bigger audience. You know, it's just you can still. I mean, the really hardcore fans was there 2 years ago, but it's so much. There's so many more now. You know, the only difference for yourself is that you have to do bigger gestures on stage because you have to get across in 50 meters, you know, in 60 meters. So it's everything. You have to do everything bigger. More PA, more lights, bigger stage, more guitars, you know. It has to be much more of a show. And if you play a club, you can always rely on your music, you know. It doesn't really matter who's who, you know. It gets across. In a big place like this, it has to be a little bit spectacular.
Whether Roxette is being spectacular in an arena or intimate in a club, Per says that it's the content of the music that shines through.
But it's two ways of writing. It's like, I always try to, on one hand, write from a personal point of view. It could be like It Must Have Been Love or Listen to Your Heart, which is like a true story about a friend of mine who went through a divorce. Or Perfect Day, which is also a very personal lyric. Or it could be Joyride or The Look or Dangerous, which is basically fun lyrics, you know, in a sort of a magical mystery tour, Yellow Submarine tradition, you know. It could be, it's more or less bebop-a-lula, you know.
It really does go back to the 60s.
Yeah. But it's nice, and I think it's also nice to sort of pay tribute to your heroes. I mean, that makes me nervous. You know, I think you just have to go on and do. I don't think you really should think about how many records you sell or how many tickets you sell, because you're going to get so much pressure on you. You just better do what you do and do it the best you can and go to bed.
Even though Per writes most of the songs, he has no classical training.
No, I mean, I got the history book of rock and roll and pop music, you know. That's my school. I think that's a good school, you know. I think that's where most rock musicians come from, you know. You study, you know, Keith Richards studying all these Chuck Berry riffs, you know, and people learn from each other, you know. It's a big. I think pop music has turned into the folk music of today, you know. It's Bob Dylan, Woody Guthrie turns into Bob Dylan, who turns into Bruce Springsteen and John Cougar Mellencamp, you know. It goes on and on and on. It's sort of the same thing, but it turns different shapes in different eras. Some songs are, like I said before, are very personal to me, and I know this from letters that we get from our audience, that they mean a lot to them too. You know, the songs communicate a lot. Perfect Day, Watercolors, Even Faint Like a Flower, songs that people can relate to. And but basically, I write them for myself because I love to write them. It's like having a child, you know. I just wanted to treat everyone in a unique way and make the best possible future for it.
Backstage. AFN interviews with your favorite stars. Backstage is a production of AFN Television Europe.